Welcome back. So today I'm super excited to introduce you to my brand new Filament plugin, Filament Dynamic Settings. So this plugin makes super easy to manage application settings that as we also explored in one video in inventory system to manage the settings, right? So this is a plugin which do all that task, and this plugin can be used both in single tenant as well as multi-tenant application. But today we are going to explore how it works in the single tenant application. So before starting, let me show you what does this plugin do, right? So here we'll just have a two resources things, same as we did in the last, right? So we will have a setting resource from where create, we can create our own settings dynamically, right? With module key, value, or type of the settings which we want. And the second thing that we need is we have the manage settings page where we can show the settings detail things, right? So if you can see the image here, and the main part is everything is dynamic. For example, for now I have added some of the filament default form types, right? But if you want to extend any other types, or if you want to create your own custom filament, you are ready to go for that too. You can register the component and you can do that also. So let's explore it. So how and what does it work? So here is the installation guide. So let me just copy this. Let me just zoom in here so you can see my screen. So let me install the package and then install the plugin, right? Okay. So it has a one config file and one migration file as for now. No. Okay. So it will run this. So what we have is, so let me first show you the migration. We have a settings migration. So basically setting migration has, is it multi-tenant or single tenant, right? And module, key, value, type, options, and other things, and validation rules, and that type of things that we have here. And besides that, if we go to config, where we have almost all of our details. So before starting, so since the package is installed, let me close my terminal. And first now, if I go to my providers, for now I have two panels, admin panel and app panel. Uh, let's assume this in a way that admin panel is for admin users and app panel is the end users, right? So let's assume that. So now to register the plugin, we just need to go here and import dynamic settings plugin. Not make it new, right? Same to app panel plugin, new filament dynamic settings plugin. So now once registered, if I refresh here, you can see I have two things here as well as here, right? In both panels, I have one. Oh, sorry, I didn't migrate it. Oh, actually, I have already imported that. So let me just it's not migrated. Migration. I need to remove this. So let me migrate this. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so we have two things here. One is the resource and one is the page. So now let me go to config file, filament dynamic settings config. So since we are working for single tenant application, so it should be false. Obviously it is null, it's okay, and we don't need this. So we have two layouts. I will go through this in a second. So firstly, every modules can be automatically created from here, right? So if I go to settings here, now I can see those modules. Suppose gender key, application name, and what type of field do we need, right? We need text input for this. Text input, what should be the name of the form, application name, And if we need any description means it will come as a helper text. So let me write your application name. Okay, so we have a validation rules too. I'll just move through this in a second. So for now I will just create this, right? So I have created one settings. So if I go here you can see in general settings I have the same level application name and write your application name. So now what I want, let's suppose I want settings resource on this panel and page on this panel, right? So here if I go back here I can see everything that will help me. Suppose for resource I only want to register on here, but I don't want to register it on app. And for page I don't want to register it on admin panel. So it is the ID of the panel, remember, right? So if I go here, now here I only have page and now I only have resource. So you can configure these too. If you click on register fields, that's it. It will neither be registered or anywhere. So that's the position of register, right? So now field types are already here. Um, if you don't need any kind of field types, you can always remove from here to make the table less. So now, okay, now if I see here, okay, it is saving directly, right? So now what if I need to make it validate? So now I don't need to write any logics through anywhere. So what I can do, you can see here I have the examples here, right? If it's just a single value, then it will, we can write one. But if we need max or min, that will have a key column, key value pair like that. So it needs to be written is a name and parameter. So if I just say required and let me go here and say the application name field is required, right? So max, let's say maximum character is 5. Let me save it. Now if I try to save here, uh, my new application, save, oh, the application field name must not be greater than 5 characters. This is how this the validation rules works. So what if you write any unknown value, right? I will just type anything and then what will it do, right? Let me validate from others, max 5, then let's say test, nothing, right? So what it does in behind the scene is it will try to match each key value pair, each rule that we have defined, and it creates a test field and it tries to match that validation, right? If the validation throws any kind of error, that is like if we do this, it is that validation exception, right? Validation will not found, so it will skip that validation. So we don't have, so it will solve that issue too if it did anything kind of just first example, if I'll make it email, save changes and refresh, that's it, it must be a valid email address. So this is how the validation works. So now I created the app name, right? Similarly, let's say, okay, I have application settings. I need to create a logo, and it should be obviously file upload. Logo, I don't need description, and you can always use MIME types validation if you want. For now, I'll just skip that. So here now, okay, I have two things: general settings and application settings, right? So let me again add one column here. In general settings, let's say app name, that should be here. Okay, and let's say email, right? So it should be if you go here, it already have email column which will automatically validate its email. Let's say company email, right? Great. Let me similarly create a new one in general settings, company description. So what should it be? It should be this text: describe or about your company, right? So 50 characters about your company. Then what I can do here is max 50. Great. That's it. So I have three in general, and in app I have one. So what I will try to do is, let me just move it to application settings. So now I think I have two, right? Perfect. Okay, I have two here, I have two here. So now, for example, what if I need to show logo above and company email below? So what you can do, I can either register filter here, or I have the filter here. Suppose they are in application settings, right? So now I can reorder them. I need logo, yes, and refresh. That's it. Logo is here and company email is here. But what if I need application settings in first and general settings in second? So for that, you can always change in your config. I need general settings as 0 and it should be 1. Refresh. Yes, that's it. Application settings, general settings, right? So now let me upload one logo then. I think I have one in this project, logo.png, dummy logo. Okay, let me save this. That's it. Now the question is, now how we can get the settings, right? So for that, what we'll do is we'll try to change this name. So if you remember, I am in app panel. So let me go to app panel provider, and here I can use brand name. Let us first see is, suppose brand name is this, right? Application name. Now what I want to do is, I want to make this application name as a system name, right? So here if you go to settings, the key is app underscore name. So now what I can do is, I can use the settings for search from the package, and I can use the get parameter, right? So get will use the first key will be always the key. Okay, first param key, second param is module, which is by default general, and third param is always default value, right? So what I will do here, return settings get. So get should get the parameter name, that is app name. The second is module, which is general module, and third is, for example, for now I will say default app. Let me refresh this. Yeah, here you can see I got the test here because I am using in app panel provider. It's test, right? Suppose this Filament backend. Save settings. Oh, sorry, it should not be greater than 5. Now my validation is. Let me just remove this validation. Save changes. That's it. Let me make it Filament backend. Refresh. Yes. Oh, I misspelled this. Backend. Save settings. What if it was not here? And I will save this. Okay. I'll let me just make it. Let me remove the required. And let me go here. And let me remove this. Save. Refresh. I am getting the value from application. So now, okay. So after this, what if we need to get the image? Is this the same process? Yes. Instead of brand name, now I can do brand logo, right? And everything is same. Return settings, get. I need to get the logo. Is it logo or app logo? We need to know the key. It's logo. From which module? It's an app module. I don't have any default value for now. That's it. Refresh. Yeah, I am getting that image here, right? Yeah, here is the image. So this is how this uh, package will work. So besides that, now there is obviously the part of navigation which you can explore yourself, field types. Now what if I need to create a custom components, right? So now let's suppose filament components. So I am creating one component with custom range, or let's say mm, okay, custom range component, right? Namespace app providers. No, no, no. It should be. Oh my god, I did a big mistake. I need to create here also. It should be okay. I am just using an app providers. Okay, app components. That's it, right? And let's suppose my custom range component, it extends our old text input component, right? So what we are going to do is I want to make a component uh, that is validating the number from, let's say, 5 or 5 to 10. Okay, so we need the function make, right? So return mm, parent make dollar name. So here then we can pass min value should be 5 and max value should be 10, right? And it should be numeric. Let's suppose we have this one component, right? So now how can I use it? So to use it, I just need to go here. I have one example, right? So let me refer this, and what should be its name? Let's say custom range, and name its custom range component. What should be in this? Enter the value, let's say, and that's it. So now if I go to settings resource and try to create one module, let's say in general settings, custom, let's say test field, and if you go here, now I can see the value here, the one that I added here, right? Custom range. So if I go click this, sorry, I need to refresh that. I just change the name, custom range. So the label is custom range, and I don't want to do any kind of validation for now. If I go to validation, suppose one, the custom range must be at least 5. How this came? Because I did not add any kind of validation, right? So this came from here, where I have made it validated. What if I need a 16? Must not be greater than 10. So if anything is missed on this setting resource, then you can always extend the filament component or create the custom filament fields and always use here. Thank you guys. And also I'll put the link in the description. Please make sure you check it.